And I am going to record the second phone so that way I can have something to post on my YouTube. And for those of you guys who are curious about this video, I'm just going to speak to the other phone really briefly. I'm recording this to place this on my YouTube page so that way individuals can see a live client success story. I am going live on my TikTok, and that is how this is being recorded for my YouTube family, so that you guys can see that after just 1 or 2 phone calls, individuals' lives are completely changing. So if there's ever a coach you want to look out for you, I promise you, you got one of the most caring, empathetic coaches out there in me. You definitely have me as a soldier in your army. And I'm pretty sure my modalities of coaching also are the types of modalities that other coaches don't offer, because I don't think anybody allows their clients to text them. That's kind of like a big privacy thing, right? So for as long as I can do it, I will continue to do it. And I just want to let you know that the client coming on, I'm going to keep him anonymous. I'm just going to call him John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith. But if you guys want results like the results that you're going to hear, I'm really excited to share with you this client success story. I'm going to call him right now and allow him to come in. And for those of you who want to facilitate this, the new website will be going up. I had so many purchase orders that it literally crashed last time. And if you want group coaching, these types of results can also be achieved out of group coaching. Yeah, and Alex and I had a great call. Can you hear me? Hang on.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, you're already on in terms of the live. Okay, let's turn this up. Perfect. Can everybody hear? Hopefully. So how are you this evening?
Me, I'm good. Yeah, not bad. How are you?
I'm excited for this story because I haven't even heard the full thing. So we're all going to be surprised together, and I'm really jazzed. So I want to, and I just introduced you as John, Jacob, and Jingleheimer Smith. That was just what came to my head. And so I just want to protect your privacy, obviously, but I want to also just introduce the fact that he has only had 2 coaching calls, spaced out by what, like a week or 2? Yeah, I would say.
One was on mid-month and one, in fact, 1 week.
1 week. Okay, so this has been like 2 weeks, and we've gotten everywhere that we've gotten.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So I'm just going to let you talk, and I'm going to let you just talk about your experience. Obviously, I'm not a professional interviewer. We're just going to speak like people, and I just want to hear what's been going on. And please begin at the beginning, so that way we can all kind of get caught up together about where you were in the beginning when you booked coaching, and then where you kind of in 14 days came to.
So basically, I met my SP around April time.
Mm-hmm.
I go to the gym, she worked at the gym. Now, she was always someone that I noticed a lot last year, but I never really, I just never really thought, I thought she was very attractive, but didn't think much of it. And I was seeing someone else at the time. But the person I was seeing last year, that ended. And I was in the gym on a standard workout, having a workout. She actually came up to me, and now I'm pretty, I'm quite a bit of a gym freak amongst the other stuff that I do, and I'm a bit of a grunter, and so I was well focused into one of my exercises, and she came up to me when I was on the floor, and she told me off for grunting in the gym. Well, she said I was shouting, but and I'd actually had a disagreement with her, because I said I'd been coming to this gym for 10 years, and she kind of said, we were just a little bit of an argument, and basically she went away. I was a little bit embarrassed at the time. I went to the manager of the gym, and I said, and the manager who I've known for many years, and she was actually in the office at the time, because I was going to make a complaint about her. And she, she stood by her gun. She's very, she's headstrong, but so am I. And I said, well, we talked it out, and I said, look, I might yell in the gym every now and again, but yeah, it was just a discussion. We hugged it out actually in the end. I actually said I'm actually a very sensitive guy. She said at the end, we hugged it out. And then, funnily enough, a few gym session later, sort of a few days later, I came for the next gym session. She was there. We hugged again, and there was a lot of energy between us. And I asked her if she was single. We were flirtatious a little bit. At the time, I was training for my new job, which again I manifested, another manifestation. We were talking, we were texting here and there. We had a few steamy moments here and there, but we hadn't dated at that. We hadn't even been on a date at that point, an official date. And we got to a point where we went for a few hours on an official date, and then she was very, I thought, she was into me. She was even saying it's very unheard of. She shouldn't be dating someone who goes to the gym that she works at. Mm-hmm. So I was assuming that she'd already had it in her mind that we were going to go somewhere. And this was before the date. Then we had the date. And then the next morning, and she was very, very quiet in the evening after the date. She didn't say anything. She didn't text me or anything like that. So I just thought, no, everything's fine. The next morning, she said, she didn't think that she could see it going anywhere. And she said she wanted to be friends. I said no thanks, because I don't tend to do friends with people that I'm interested in, because my emotions get crossed.
Right. Good for you for standing your boundaries.
It's just I can't do it. It's just painful for me, because if if I get subjected to a third party and it's right in my face, I'd rather not expose myself to it.
Right.
So it's self-preservation, I guess.
Yeah.
But so a week went by, I went into no contact, we didn't speak, but I saw her in the gym again a week later, and I decided to this is before we spoke. This is coming up towards June time, and I said, I'd sent her a text message. I said, you look really beautiful in the gym today, and I didn't hear anything. I thought, well, she's probably busy, and it actually turned out I got a text message from her later saying that a family member was passing on and she was going to the hospital. And I texted her that day, said, look, if you need anything, I'm here. And then I got a call from her saying, can you come pick me up from the hospital? So we went through a kind of bereavement issue where there was probably a slight trauma bond between us, but we spent a lot of, we got very close with each other.
And I think in that process of when you guys, just to interject for a moment, I think in that process when you guys, when you extended that sense of compliment and when she opened up to you and you were capable of being there for her, it was definitely like a nice show of morale, character, integrity, however you want to put it, of you kind of being the man that stepped in for her when she was really feeling like very emotionally vulnerable. And I definitely agree. I think there was a little bit of like a trauma bond in that sense, but I'd love to hear and like progress to where the situation was when then you started to call me and when we kind of moved into that. And the only reason I'm pushing you a little bit is because I want to make sure my recording is going to last long enough so that way it doesn't cut off.
Sure. No. Sure. Basically, fast forward it a bit. We actually went back into no contact, mm-hmm. and then again into contact, and then we actually got close again. I was always into law of assumption since August last year. Before that, it's the standard thing: law of attraction, law of assumption, and then and so I had my own techniques. I had my own ways of doing things. We actually went into a relationship for about a week, so I actually managed to manifest her in. A little bit of, some people might say forcing. I gave her a call and she picked up. And we ended up in a relationship for about a week, and then my doubts came in and this, that, and the other. Then she broke up with me. She thought it was just too much. It was too intense, and she didn't think it was right. I went on holiday for a week. This is 2 months before we started talking. This was about 1 month before we started talking, and I came back from holiday after a week, and then we were in full no contact, but I was manifesting, revising. So then I came across yourself, Persis, and what I loved, and by this time, bear in mind, I have had coaching from the mainstream coaches, the ones you see all the time, publish loads of videos. I was even looking at, I was doing sort of the general tarot readings on YouTube, stuff like that, every now and again. I wasn't necessarily watching the readings, but I was looking at the titles just to check where my subconscious was. But what I loved about you, Persis, I have a serious, it's in my job, I have a serious attention to detail. I'm a pilot, I fly for a living, and that is part of my job. I can see, so I can tell, I can pick up on things. And what I loved about you is that your YouTube content isn't over exhaustive, but you're literally, I checked almost every video. Every single video is consistent with each other, and your TikTok. I don't even have social media. During this time, I got rid of my Facebook. I deactivated it. I hate Facebook. I'm sorry. I can't deal with social media. I actually got rid of it once, and I only brought it back in because I was running a business.
Yeah. And
then it became personal again. So during this no contact time, I thought, you know what? Why do I have Facebook? It's just no point. I know, obviously, this isn't, because, I know you guys, I know like coaches and people in business need it, but, and I even go on TikTok, because I don't have TikTok, but the only reason I go on TikTok is to watch your TikToks. Yeah. Literally. I literally have it starred on my so it's not like I can't get on social media for what I want, but I don't have it myself. And I have never ever seen you contradict yourself. And I every single coach I have seen has contradicted themselves somewhere along the lines. And that is why I booked the call with you. That is because I majored in physics, primarily for my job, and so but I'm also very spiritual as well. So I have a right side to the brain and a left side to the brain. Mm-hmm. Now, it's very all well and good being told to blindly do something and follow it and believe your subconscious, but the left brain was always saying, well, hold on a minute. So I decided to do a bit of research into the quantum side of things, the physics side of things, and that's where I resonated with you. So by that time, I had been doing certain techniques, but I was watching your videos, I was watching your success stories, and they were just coming in like the floodgates just opening. Sure. And I listened to it and I was just like, this is it. And considering your cost is like a third of what the mainstream coaches do, and the mainstream coaches dissect everything, but they don't explain it. There's a lot of content, but it's not effective. You can have a 5-minute video that's more effective than a 30-minute video. Yeah. And you can talk a load of rubbish for 30 minutes. And that's what I loved about you. They weren't extensive. So when I came to you, we were in absolute no contact. We were, as far as and we didn't have a history together. Mm-hmm. So I think we're seeing each other, but we weren't officially seeing each other. So it's not like she had previous emotions to go on that would be like, I want to be with this guy. I miss him so much. It wasn't like that. It was nothing. Yeah. So I had a part in my brain going, well, hold on a minute. I read all these this is another one. I say all these success stories. Mm-hmm. I'm reading like, we were together for 5 years and then we were in no contact. I had no 5 years about it.
You didn't got any of that, no.
No. So it was almost like trying to manifest a celebrity crush, because you've really got not much to go on. Right. But you know what? All my other manifestations were coming true, and I could not understand what it was. So obviously we had our call on I believe it was the 15th of August, first one. And
You were very skeptical, might I add. You were very, very skeptical.
Yeah.
This man had a lot of trust issues.
Primarily because, and I said this to you at the last call,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll say it on here, there are 36, you know, I read it, I mean, you know, it's all well and good getting off social media, but then, and I watch the success stories, not because I want to learn something, but because I need that motivation.
Yeah.
But, you know, I went on Reddit, and for example, because I did start subscribing to Reddit.
I hate your Reddit addiction. Oh my gosh. I have to talk to you about that.
I stopped doing it. I stopped. I just came off it because there are 36,000 members on that Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
So why are the success stories in the tens?
Yeah.
They should be in the tens of thousands. Come on, man. Like you can't. It's full of questions and progress reports, and then the comments go, you know, I can resonate with this. I haven't spoken to my SP in 4 years, and I'm reading this. I'm like, what am I doing?
Just put my name. Just put my page underneath the Reddit.
I want to keep you to myself.
Yeah, that's smart.
You're so good. Like, honestly, Persis, and I was just like, there was no way I was going to spend $300 for someone for even the mainstream guys anymore. I can't do it. I can't afford it.
Yeah.
You know.